Russia is fielding weapons built to outrun, outlast, and outmaneuver modern defenses. From hypersonic glide vehicles to nuclear-powered underwater drones, this countdown examines Russia's most consequential military systems entering service by 2026. Some are already shaping regional battlefields. Others are designed to influence global deterrence for decades. Stay with us, because the final entry may be the most unconventional strategic weapon of them all. Number 10. Koalicja SV. Artillery still breaks armies. Despite the rise of stealth aircraft and hypersonic missiles, ground warfare continues to revolve around sustained firepower. The 152mm Koalicja SV self-propelled howitzer represents Russia's attempt to modernize that core capability. Designed during the 2010s and now entering broader deployment, it incorporates an automated loading system capable of firing up to 15 rounds per minute. That rate is not just a technical specification, it is survival. In counter-battery warfare, the unit that fires first and relocates fastest often survives. A high burst output allows saturation of enemy positions before radar systems can triangulate the origin of incoming shells. Within minutes, the firing unit can displace, reducing vulnerability to return fire. Range also matters. With advanced munitions, Koalicja reportedly exceeds 40 kilometers, placing it in the same category as leading Western self-propelled artillery systems. That means fewer batteries can cover wider sectors of the front. But the real shift is digital. Integrated fire control software accelerates target acquisition and enables coordinated volleys between dispersed units. Instead of isolated guns firing independently, batteries can synchronize strikes in seconds. In conflicts defined by attrition, speed of coordination can determine which side exhausts first. Yet, artillery dominance depends on freedom from aerial threat, and that pushes the focus upward. Number 9. Su-57 Felon. The Su-57 first lifted off in 2010. It was Russia's response to fifth-generation fighters already entering service elsewhere. Designed as a multi-role stealth platform, it integrates an active electronically scanned array radar, internal weapons bays to preserve low observability, and supercruise capability that allows sustained supersonic flight without afterburners. Top speeds approach Mach 2. But raw speed is only part of the design. The aircraft reportedly incorporates sensor fusion systems and the ability to coordinate unmanned platforms, extending its reach beyond what a single pilot could manage alone. In modern doctrine, stealth fighters act as airborne data nodes as much as interceptors. They collect, process, and distribute targeting information deep inside contested airspace. Production delays slowed early rollout. However, by 2026, export deliveries to Algeria signaled a broader operational push and international deployment. Here is the strategic weight. Stealth aircraft expand sensor coverage. They penetrate layered defenses. They disrupt command networks before traditional forces even engage. Yet, stealth alone doesn't guarantee air dominance, because modern survival depends increasingly on what waits below. Number 8. S-500 Prometheus. Air defense defines who controls the sky. The S-500 Prometheus system is designed not merely to intercept aircraft, but to challenge ballistic missiles, hypersonic weapons, and potentially even low-orbit satellites. Engagement ranges have been reported at up to 600 kilometers, with tracking capacity for hundreds of targets simultaneously. In late 2025, the first operational regiment reportedly entered service. Consider the implication. An air defense network capable of engaging hypersonic threats reshapes strategic planning. If such interception proves reliable, it complicates adversary calculations and forces redesign of strike packages. Advanced defenses create denial zones. They restrict airspace access. They compel rival forces to seek alternative vectors, whether through lower altitude penetration, electronic warfare, or faster delivery systems. That dynamic fuels escalation. Every defensive improvement pressures offensive systems to evolve, which leads directly to weapons built around speed itself. Number 7. Zircon missile. Speed has become armor. The Zircon hypersonic cruise missile reportedly travels at velocities approaching Mach 9, with an estimated range exceeding 1,000 kilometers. It can be launched from surface vessels, submarines, and potentially ground platforms, integrating into existing naval infrastructure. Unlike traditional ballistic missiles that arc through space, Zircon remains within the atmosphere, maneuvering unpredictably during flight. That unpredictability compresses defensive timelines. Naval radar operators may have seconds between detection and impact. Traditional missile intercept systems must calculate intercept solutions under extreme time pressure. Production reportedly increased through the mid-2020s, suggesting confidence in operational viability. The broader effect touches naval doctrine. Carrier strike groups, once dominant symbols of maritime power projection, now face threats that approach at hypersonic velocity from beyond conventional defensive envelopes. And yet, Zircon is not the only hypersonic system in active deployment. Another missile extends reach even further. Number 6. Kinjal missile. Kinjal translates to dagger. It is an air-launched ballistic missile carried by high-speed aircraft such as the MiG-31K interceptor. After release at altitude, Kinjal accelerates toward targets, reportedly at speeds around Mach 10, with ranges approaching 2,000 kilometers. It can be carried either conventional or nuclear payloads. Air launch is its defining advantage. By firing from a platform already traveling at supersonic speed, the missile extends range and reduces detection time. The launch aircraft itself can reposition rapidly, complicating predictive defense modeling. In operational use, Kinjal has been deployed from southern regions, signaling integration into active force structures. Imagine attempting to intercept a weapon already moving at extreme velocity from a launch platform that itself travels faster than Mach 2. Warning windows shrink dramatically. Defense planners must account for high-speed aerial release points across vast territories. But Kinjal represents only one layer in a broader missile evolution. The next system bridges tactical and strategic roles in a way that blurs traditional categories. Number 5. Oreshnik missile. Publicly revealed in 2024, the Oreshnik intermediate-range ballistic missile reportedly entered combat deployment by late 2025. Its defining characteristic is the use of hypersonic warheads mounted atop ballistic trajectories. That combination merges high-speed atmospheric maneuvering with traditional rocket propulsion. Reports suggest its first combat use targeted infrastructure in Dnipro, demonstrating capacity to penetrate layered defenses. Mass production has reportedly accelerated, with deployment plans extending beyond Russian territory. The strategic significance lies in classification. Intermediate-range systems operate between battlefield and intercontinental scales. They can deliver powerful conventional payloads at speeds once associated primarily with nuclear deterrence. That blurs escalation thresholds. A high-speed conventional strike may resemble strategic attack in its timeline, compressing decision windows for defenders. And above intermediate-range systems stands something far heavier, something designed for global reach. Number 4. RS-28 Sarmat. The RS-28 Sarmat represents Russia's next-generation heavy intercontinental ballistic missile. Intended to replace the Soviet-era R-36M Voyevoda, Sarmat reportedly carries between 10 and 14 independently targetable warheads. Some configurations may deploy avant-garde, hypersonic glide vehicles. Its estimated range exceeds 18,000 kilometers. That means effective global coverage. Final flight testing has continued into 2026, anchoring modernization efforts within the strategic rocket forces. Heavy ICBMs serve as political signals as much as weapons. They underpin deterrence doctrines and shape arms control negotiations. But the most disruptive aspect of Sarmat is not merely its throw weight or range. It is what can separate from its payload bus and glide unpredictably at extreme velocity. Which brings us to the next entry. Number 3. Avant-garde. Avangard is not a standard re-entry vehicle. It is a hypersonic glide vehicle mounted atop an intercontinental missile. After boost phase separation, it re-enters the atmosphere and glides at speeds reportedly exceeding Mach 20, maneuvering laterally and vertically before descending toward its target. Operational deployment has been confirmed within strategic forces. Traditional missile defense relies on calculating predictable ballistic arcs. Avangard disrupts that assumption by altering course during flight, complicating interception geometry. Even a limited number of deployed glide vehicles can influence deterrence equations because they challenge confidence in layered missile shields. Yet Avangard still relies on rocket propulsion for initial boost. The next system removes that dependency entirely. Number 2. Burevestnik. Burevestnik is described as a nuclear-powered cruise missile with effectively unlimited range. Unlike conventional cruise missiles that rely entirely on chemical propulsion and finite onboard fuel reserves, this system is reported to incorporate a compact nuclear reactor to sustain flight for extraordinary durations. That distinction alone places it in a separate strategic category. Traditional long-range cruise missiles must balance payload, speed, and fuel capacity. Burevestnik, in theory, removes the fuel constraint almost entirely. Instead of burning jet fuel for the entirety of its journey, the missile is believed to use its miniature reactor to heat incoming air and generate thrust continuously. If this design functions as intended, it would allow the weapon to remain airborne for days, potentially even longer. In strategic theory, such endurance means the missile could circle the globe, loiter beyond radar coverage, and approach a target from highly unconventional vectors. It would not be restricted to predictable corridors or shortest path trajectories. It could maneuver patiently, waiting for defensive gaps. In October 2025, officials reported successful testing and signaled readiness for operational deployment. Public statements emphasized reliability improvements following earlier developmental setbacks. While independent verification remains limited, the announcement suggested that the system had moved beyond experimental status and into the realm of strategic signaling. Even the claim of readiness carries weight. In deterrence strategy, perception can be as influential as capability. The strategic premise behind Burevestnik is endurance. Unlimited range fundamentally complicates defense planning. Modern missile defense networks are structured around assumptions. Ballistic missiles follow high, arcing trajectories. Cruise missiles travel at low altitude, but within finite ranges. Radars, satellites, and interceptor systems are calibrated for those patterns. A missile unconstrained by fuel could approach from directions historically considered low risk, including extended oceanic routes or polar vectors. Early warning systems depend on time and predictability. If a weapon can maneuver for prolonged periods, altering its route mid-flight, it compresses decision timelines and increases uncertainty. Command centers would face greater ambiguity regarding origin, destination, and interception windows. Even if interception remains technically possible, the psychological strain on defensive planning increases substantially. Strategic stability relies on predictability. Systems designed to bypass it introduce new tensions. Number 1. Poseidon. Poseidon is an autonomous, nuclear-powered underwater vehicle designed to operate deep beneath the world's oceans. Publicly revealed in 2015, it marked a departure from traditional strategic delivery systems. Instead of following ballistic missile trajectories, Poseidon travels silently underwater, carrying a nuclear payload across intercontinental distances. Its design emphasizes endurance, stealth, and inevitability. At its core is a nuclear propulsion system. Unlike crewed submarines limited by human endurance, Poseidon is unmanned, allowing extremely long deployments, constrained mainly by engineering limits rather than logistics. It could transit vast distances without surfacing or refueling, complicating detection and tracking efforts. Strategically, Poseidon exploits gaps in missile defense architecture. Most defenses focus on intercepting aerial threats, while Poseidon approaches underwater, bypassing radar networks and early warning systems. Detecting an autonomous vehicle in the ocean's complex acoustic environment presents a far greater challenge than tracking missiles in space. Assessments suggest it may carry a high-yield nuclear warhead, capable of large-scale destruction and long-lasting contamination, reinforcing its primary purpose: deterrence. Poseidon is not intended for tactical conflict, but as strategic instrument, imposing unacceptable costs during nuclear war. Testing has reportedly continued through 2025, validating navigation, propulsion reliability, and survivability. Reports indicate movement toward integration into broader strategic forces. Poseidon functions as a second strike asset. Even if land-based systems were neutralized, an autonomous platform operating underwater could remain capable of retaliation, reinforcing mutually assured destruction. By removing crew requirements and atmospheric launch dependency, it extends Cold War submarine deterrence logic into autonomous warfare. Critics highlight risks involving command control and escalation stability, yet technologically, Poseidon reflects a convergence of nuclear engineering, autonomy, and advanced materials designed to enhance survivability and unpredictability. Within modern force assessments, Poseidon stands out less for battlefield utility than for psychological and strategic impact, reshaping deterrence calculations across land, air, sea, and autonomous undersea domains. Drop your thoughts in the comments section, like, share, and subscribe for more documentary analysis.